Quick, honest note before we start, self-joins get skipped in half the SQL Crash Course videos out there because they look intimidating on paper. They're not. It's the exact same join you already know, just aimed at one table instead of two. Here's an employees table. One column, manager ID, just points back into the same table. Alex reports to Emma. Emma reports to no one. She's the top of the chain. To match employees with their managers, alias the table twice. Call one copy E for employee and the other M for manager. Then join E.manager.id to M.employee ID. Same table, two roles. Use an inner join and you get every employee paired with their manager, except the top of the chain disappears completely because Emma's manager ID is null and there's nothing to match it to. Switch to a left join. Keep E as the anchor, and now Emma shows up too, with null in the manager column, exactly where she should. Two traps here. First, forget to alias the columns, and SQL has no idea which name column you mean. Ambiguous column error. Every time. Second, this one's sneakier. Some self-join variants, like finding employees with matching salaries, need a condition that excludes a row from matching itself, or every single employee ends up paired with themselves. One real interview twist worth knowing: find every employee who earns more than their own manager. Same self-join, just add a salary comparison in the where clause. Same join, same rules. The only difference? Both sides come from one table wearing two different name tags. Next, where versus having and the one-word mix-up that breaks half the queries that use it.